Blessings and welcome. I am Tuesday May Thomas, and this is your weekly tarot energy forecast for December 6th through December 15th of 2018. Thank you so much, everyone. All of the new subscribers, I'm so grateful. I love this platform, and I love facilitating these readings with you here. I did take some time out. A very, very dear loved one had passed away. And so a break was called, and I pray that you allow yourself to take a break from your regular flow of things when life calls, when it's real, and you get to show up in new ways. So thank you for your understanding and being patient with me. All is a healing path, isn't it so? It is so good to be back. I'm so excited. Last week we had our first 4DT. It was our 50th show celebration, and I did a Q&A, Ask Me Anything, and ooh, was it spicy. I'll come back and I'll put a link up here. And I've decided, what the universe has decided on behalf of me, is that we're going to just do that. Like every fourth show, once a month, we are going to have a Q&A, Ask Me Anything. So I will remind you, December 27th is going to be our next Q&A, Ask Me Anything, for my live stream, 4D Trinity, so keep an eye out for that. In the meantime, I do want to announce my 30 for 30 special. It's time again to celebrate this holiday season. I will be facilitating 30-minute tarot readings for $30. What? I know, it's totally a beautiful, beautiful blessing for all of us around. You can prepay for a friend, a family member, as a Christmas gift if you'd like. I use PayPal, and I read through Google Hangouts, and depending on what kind of a day it is, I might just face the camera down and tell you what's going on and give you the reading with the cards, or maybe we'll do a little face-to-face. It just depends. Go ahead and send me an email if you would like to inquire, and I do readings for everyone all over the world. We just figure out what the currency rate is and what the time change is, and we set it up through our planning in our emails, and then we get right to it. So don't be shy. Send me an email and we can set that up for you or for a loved one. 30 for 30. It's a great deal. We use the Osho Zen Tarot here at this channel to do our weekly readings, and really they're not a week, right? Because this is a reading for December 6th, which is a new moon tomorrow. I'm so excited. I'm reading on the 5th here today. Tomorrow's the 6th. So excited for this new moon. So ready for it. Till December 6th through December 15th. So we know that's a little longer than a week, but that's how we roll here. We use the Osho Zen for the main reading, and we generally, what we've been doing is pulling a Voyager card from James Wanless. Here's the little book that comes with it that I love, that we love here, as an overview card to gain insight. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll take a moment to take a deep breath in and out. And we'll start shuffling, calling in our angels and guides and all of those blessed light beings who love us. We are so very grateful for your presence in our lives. We're so very grateful the way that you channel through time, space, people, places, things, as synchronicities, as divine appointments, in aligning us with our perfect truth, with our perfect love and light, with all the joy in the world that we are here to experience, with healing, with divine timing. We thank you, our angels. We call in all of those love and light beings who love us, our angels, perhaps loved ones who have passed from this life that we wish to call in to help hold space and illumine this reading with your light, with your love. We thank you, our animal medicine totems, and we just bless you. We thank you, our angels, and we thank you, Voyager Tarot. We bless this reading. I sign myself into the keynote of all individuals guided to watch this reading, and I sign into the higher self, the collective higher self, that the words I share, the messages, the divine downloads and intuitions I receive and am guided to share with the collective truly speak to that part within each of us that is ready to hear. We did have a popper. What is it? Let's have a look. What is it? What is it? Can you see? I need my glasses, as you know, to be able to see this. So let's see. Oh my God! Ooh, I thought it was something, but it's something else. I thought it was the Chariot, but it's the Emperor. Juicy. Now, as you know, if you watch these little videos, I do read from the little book for these cards. I do not read from any book for the Osho Zen. So let's go ahead and get an idea of what's going on with this Emperor card. We're going to hold it up so you can view it while I read. The Emperor, represented by King Philip and his son, Alexander the Great, symbolizes the law of material/worldly development. Like the Emperor, be a builder who contributes to the material evolution of the world. As the father and Aries, you are a pioneer. Father a new world for yourself and others. Your ambition and aspirations compel you to move ahead on new plans and visions. Be a mover and a shaker, an initiator and a doer. Driven by fame and fortune, power and influence, you make your mark on the world, particularly in business and in politics. To build your empire, possess the mental clarity of the eagle, the emotional strength of the whale, and the physical energy of the ram. To achieve your clearly defined goals, have the leadership, will, decisiveness, daring, and organization of the great kings. You are led by a strong ego and competitiveness to gain monetary riches and professional recognition. So we want to be mindful of the need for control and the need to sort of have the last word about absolutely everything. So we want to avoid, as we step into and embody the Emperor energy, we want to make sure that the Emperor is finally attuned with his mate, the Empress, right? We want to bring in not only this divine masculine, this ability to get work done, to see the vision and to see it through and to be inspired and to have aspirations and move forth with them with courage and with clarity. We also are seeking to embody the divine balance of that divine feminine force that allows us, that reminds us to not only think with our minds and to make those plans and those goals, but to relax into the truth, into the soft voice, the still voice, the quiet voice of the higher self, of God, of source, of whatever name you give, love, ultimately. What is the truth? What is the truth? So this is very powerful, my friends, as we move into 2019 and we culminate, we come to this completion phase of 2018. Many of us are on this bridge of full recalibration. We have been doing so much work in the name of healing our lives, in the name of really creating the correct conditions for the DNA within us to become fully matured to the level that it's ready to be fully matured at for now. Like a fine wine, if you will. The DNA within us, we've had a lot of opportunities. In fact, probably almost every single tarot reading of this 2018 that have come before have been specific to this rewiring and this recalibration of who we are and how we live life, and really undoing the veils, releasing the parts of us that are no longer authentic to us, that no longer serve where we're going. Blessing them, for they have brought us this far, yet at the same time honoring and acknowledging they don't have anything to do with where that emperor within you is ready to go, right? Thank you. It has brought me this far, yet what I'm doing is I'm turning and I'm looking in a different direction now. I'm seeing things from a different perspective and perception. I'm seeing myself anew. I'm seeing myself in my full vitality and my full power and authority as the Emperor, and I'm talking about you when I say I. We're seeing ourselves anew. And so there's this release from the old and this ability to move with great courage, strength, and clarity into this new vision of self, into this new vision of what is your empire? What are you building? What are you building for yourself? Or what do you seek to build for yourself as you move into 2019? It's so exciting to know that this Emperor energy is with us because he is fierce. He is fierce. He knows who he is. She, the Empress, we'll talk also on her, she knows who she is. There is no discussion. There's no question about the Emperor and the Empress's ability to relax into their truth. And so here we have this invitation that says, be true to you, know your vision, know your aspirations, and allow yourself to be excited by them. Allow your excitement, your clarity to carry you forward in the manifesting, in showing up when it's time to show up, in doing those third dimensional things that will continue to create the correct conditions so that the empire can be met with all the correct people, places, situations, timelines that will help to serve you to help build those foundations and those steps that will help you in turn create what it is your heart calls for. Ultimately, all we're doing is we're listening to our hearts. We're listening to our hearts, and we're honoring what we hear. We're honoring what we hear, and we're allowing ourselves to discern, is this true? Is this true to me anymore? Is this true to me anymore? And let's use this new moon. I know this video might just be coming out tonight on the 5th or tomorrow on the 6th. Yet, the new moon energy, you can still access it. Even if you see this over the weekend or after it, you can still write a letter to yourself. You can still write an energy letter to someone else. You can still affirm. What are your right? We veer away from plans because we know the universe has the ultimate plan. We know that God, that love really has a plan, the master plan. Yet, there's a sense of like having fun, having courage, and knowing what your vision is, like the emperor, right? The emperor in you, the empress in you, the empress in me, can be in their full power and authority, can have a vision, can hold a vision, and at the same time can be clear about that. Put that in the meditation or put it on your vision board, however it is that you roll, and then let it go, right? Give it to God, give it to Source, give it to love, and allow yourself to keep showing up, keep doing your affirmations, keep making those calls, keep, doing the diligent, disciplined, devotional, committed work that it takes to be a benefactor to yourself. That's what I'm getting to. The emperor is a benefactor to himself, to herself. The empress is a benefactor to herself. The empress and the emperor are not waiting around for someone to come and to hand them the silver platter. The emperor and the empress is like, I'm going to manifest that silver platter myself. I'm going to hand it to myself, and I'm going to put on it what I need. I'm going to manifest it. It's going to happen. And how's this going to happen? I don't know. But I'm going to show up every single day, and I'm going to do those affirmations, or I'm going to do that healing work, or I'm going to take that walk, or I'm going to eat healthy, or I'm going to not answer those phone calls from the ex, or whatever all of those things are, maybe all of it. We're going to do all of it so that we can sit into our truth, so that we can sit into a greater alignment with who we are and who we know we are becoming, who we seek to become as we enter this new land of power and vitality. You have the courage. The energy is here. And I'm not sure if you follow astrology. And I do. I'm not an astrologer. But what I will say is that things are starting to move forward now. Where we were in that retrograde. And in fact, I think it's today, the 6th or the 7th, that Mercury starts to go direct, right? So where we have been in the reflective mode, where we've been taking time out to really think about things, to reflect, maybe we've had offers, we're going to move house, or the opportunity is there, maybe there's been a job that's looming, a relationship, maybe we've been dating someone, and now we've kind of been like, I'm not sure, where there isn't 100% clarity, or maybe you feel a certain way, but the forces or the signs from the universe have not given you a distinct yes or no. Now's the time where you're going to start to get those clear yeses and those clear nos, where the universe is just going to like that, and you're going to be like, whoa, okay, glad I did not make any major decisions during the retrograde because it's a no, or because it's a yes, and now that I see things with a new eye, it's a yes and plus plus plus, where there can be greater benefit rather than maybe the view that you had during the retrograde. Very exciting introduction with the Emperor, and of course I'm calling in the Empress energy as well, because I do feel there is a divine quality of complement, right, of balance through the Emperor, through the Empress. So we're going to get on and we're going to shuffle our Osho Zen. And again, we're calling in the angels, the divine guides, the light beings who love us, and we thank you so much for holding space, for clearly communicating through me all the messages that are divinely guided for the collective, everyone here who's ready to watch this, everyone here who's called to watch this. Woo! Our first card that fell out is change. That's right, baby. Woo! We have a second one. Compromise. Interesting. Compromise. Okay, we're going to keep going. May all the messages, all of the teachings, everything I share here at this channel, and in any way, shape, and form, may it all serve. May it all serve everyone who's guided to swing by, to catch 5 minutes of this, to be a subscriber and watch all the videos. You know that I have one lady in India, and she told me that she watched every single video. There's like over 300 videos on my channel. And like within the last couple months, she's watched every single one, and she's like, I'm ready for more. When are you going to put out more? And I'm like, whoa, isn't that so cool? It feels really good. I'm like, oh, okay, that's great. So with that, I am preparing an energy letter online course that I'm so excited to be able to offer you in the new year. Maybe sooner, but probably not. Probably it's going to be 2019. So I will keep you informed of that. Back to our shuffling. Okay. So may everything, all that I communicate through every platform, and specific to this reading, December 6th through December 15th of 2018, may everything I share truly uplift and support everyone's path of spiritual growth and sovereignty, everyone's ability to see with light sight lit, to activate the truth and the harmony, the power, the courage, the light in their hearts. And we thank you, our angels and our guides, all those ascended masters, those animal medicine totems that walk with us always, that hold space for us. We are so very grateful to these cards and to this community. And I'm going to stop there. We had a bunch fall out. So let's go ahead and have a look at what we have. And we might pull some more as guided. Beautiful. Okay. So let's just take a moment here. This is very interesting. Our first card that fell out is the change card. Change, change, change. Wow. Well, do we know about change around here? That has been also a theme over this past year of 2018 with our readings, where there's been everything. Everything has been changing constantly. And what we've been doing is we've been adapting. We've been getting really good at being able to go with the change, at being able to, instead of being swallowed by the waves of change, being able to be like, I sense it, I feel it, big change on the rise, here we go. And you ride the wave of change. You let the wave of change take you. You allow change to change you. So this is where we're at. It's a time of allowing change to change you now. It is time to let go and just ride the wave of change. Remember, we talk about this often with that DNA detoxing and all of these recalibrations of DNA systems through our individual selves and through the collective. And that speaks to all the work that we've been doing, really, in allowing this change to happen over this last year. It's accumulating, and it's creating this very, very profound and powerful foundation that perhaps we're not even aware of. It's the foundation that the Emperor Self, that the Empress Self is now standing upon. All the work you've been doing this year is creating this backbone, this fierce backbone through which you can be like, yeah, change, I see you, and I raise you. I'm standing up, and I'm letting you take me. It is a complete and full surrender. Now, and it's interesting because the second card that fell out is the compromise card. Now, some of you are not going to be so easily swayed by change. And I see the lighting is changing around here. You know, it's only 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it is lashing rain out. It is so beautiful and snuggly. I've got my tea. The cat was here, but now Swami Origami has, I don't know where he is, probably snuggling somewhere. Anyway, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon. So as the lighting changes, just know that it's getting darker outside. We used to call these days goth days. When I was a teenager, we'd be like, oh, it's a total goth day out there. But anyway, enough on that. Okay, so compromise. So for some of us, it's going to feel, we're going to be like, no, I don't want to change. Right? And that's fine. That's fine. What this compromise card is saying is, okay, you don't want to change, but you know what? The universe is going to meet you. The universe is going to meet you halfway. Where are you willing to change in your life? So if you're not ready, you know, sometimes we see that wave coming, that wave of change, and we're like, damn, that's a tsunami. That's like the biggest load of change that I've seen in years, you know. Maybe you feel like you've been pummeled by wave after wave after wave of change, and you're just like, can I get a freaking break around here? Believe me, Believe me, I totally understand that. Absolutely. So where are you ready to compromise? If you're not ready, I feel like we have options here. I feel like we have options, but we also have to decide, right? Or else the universe is going to just drag us, okay? So we get to decide as the emperor. Now the emperor gets to make decisions. The empress gets to make decisions as well, right? They have their minds made up, or maybe they have a vision of their aspirations, as you perhaps do, or what you're being called now in this reading is to allow yourself to relax into that, to voyeur into that, to journey into that, and to see what visions and bubblings and excitements come up to offer you. Yet there's still choices to make. Do you go for everything, right? And do you just totally let go, roller coaster of life, and say like, okay, take me, change, I'm yours, right? That takes a lot of courage, and it takes a lot of surrender, a lot of letting go. And if you're just not in that place yet, if you feel vulnerable, or you're just like, you know what, I get this whole change thing, but I need to take it baby steps. I'm not ready for like the tsunami of change. I'm ready to go with like some baby waves of change. Then you get to compromise. And maybe in certain parts of your life, you're like, I am leaving that lover. I am leaving that partner. And that's a big tsunami change. But maybe you're like, okay, I'm not ready to like move out, and it's Christmas is coming and the holidays, and I'm not ready to do all that. So I'm going to start compromising though, where at least I'm going to start to be more honest with myself in light of this relationship, in light of my diet, in light of how I take care of my body, in light of this work situation or my career. You know, there's these baby steps that we can take. So instead of sort of like, you know, dropping out of college, leaving your partner, you know, just walking out of your job, which might be very satisfactory though to a point. Yet instead of maybe that whole enchilada, which for some of us it is going to be that powerful, it's going to be like, boom, I'm out of here, boom, massive change. But in those areas of life where you're not ready for massive change, get ready to compromise. Get ready to meet the other person, place, or thing at a satisfactory point where you can still maintain your ability to be the emperor, to be the empress, to have the backbone, to be your truth, to be honest and honorable and self-respectful with integrity for yourself, but also allow that for the other person. Allow yourself to meet them halfway, and to even more so, allow yourself to meet yourself halfway. Allow yourself to see your truth. For so long, I work with so many clients, and for so many of us, we already know. We already know the truth, what's going on. We already know that we've left our lover 10 years ago. We're just still living there with them. You know, we already know when we took the job that we didn't like the job. We didn't want the job. We just needed the paycheck to pay the bills, and that's okay. It's okay. We do these things, right? We go around corners. We turn corners. We learn lessons. We grow. And that's all this is about. But coming into this emperor and coming into your divine empress is also what it's about. Now, if we don't consciously let go and let the waves of change take us, if we don't consciously let go and at least begin to compromise in those areas of life where we know our heartstrings have been tugging us, where we know it's time to allow for divine change to happen. It is time. The signs are here. You are ready. You are more ready than you have ever been before. That's what the cards are saying. That's what the cards are saying. Only you can do it for yourself. You can go to therapy, you can go to group therapy, you can go to, you know, and do it. I have clients. I love my clients. I love that they come to me, and I love to offer counsel and guidance. Yet ultimately, I'm not the one who heals their lives. They do. I'm not the one who makes those choices of compromise or allowing change in their life. It is them. And equally so, yes, let's keep doing all those things that serve us in serving ourselves and serving our truth in our life. Yet at the same time, let's really do it. Let's really make some, what I'm getting is this month, no, yes, no, yes. December 6th through December 15th specifically is about making choices. Where in your life are you ready to change? Where in your life are you ready to change? What's ready to give? What's ready to change? Is it an addiction? Are you just like so over smoking cigarettes, but you're like, I can't control it, I'm in this pattern? You know, is there something like that going on? Again, where are you ready to make that choice to have a shift in your life? Because you know what, ready or not, Here it comes. Again, this is something only you can do for yourself. Aloneness. Aloneness. Be a light unto yourself. Be a light unto yourself. You know what we say around here. Meditate, 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 meditate. Awareness. This is you burning through the veils. This is you embodying all of the work that you've done over this last year. This is you, as this like 5.0 version of yourself. All of this DNA reactivation, moving from binary to trinary, that if you watch my shows, that's what we're doing individually and collectively. All of the systems in our body-mind continuum are recalibrating. We've been saying yes to love. We've been saying yes, yes, yes to life. We've been saying yes to bridging heaven on earth. We've been saying yes to the truth in our hearts. And that creates that divine connection. And remember, the change card, I always like to think about it as like the Rubik's Cube. Look at this mandala with all of these moving parts and this eye. That's your eye. That's the eye of you, the truth of you, the heart of you. There's like all of these systems. If you're familiar with the Mayan calendar kind of ideas at all, where there's these systems of these different cycles, right? And they're moving at different speeds and in different ways, yet there are certain points along timelines where everything comes into this divine alignment. And when that divine alignment takes place, boom, it's like things happen that shouldn't happen. And I mean that in the highest way, in the positive way, where people are like, how did that happen? That's against the law of physics. Or in the 3D world of whatever the rules are that we've decided to agree upon, miracles, 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 miracles. I'm going to say it one more time. Miracles. Miracles become you. You become miracles. Miracles surround and abound. Right? So we let go and we let God. We let go and we let love. We let go and we let this divine alignment, the Rubik's Cube, all those colors. You've seen people, right, on YouTube or something, or maybe you're old enough to remember the Rubik's Cube and actually using one when you were younger. And it could take forever, but then there's this, when all of a sudden, all of the colors, you get it all lined up. And then, really, then what? Then you've done it, nothing. Yet, metaphorically, in the way of where we're talking about with this reading, then change happens. The Rubik's Cube is no longer a mess of different colors all over the board. Now there's this coherent cube that relates to all of these different colors on this spectrum, and they're all divinely aligned. They're all put together and matched up and synced up together, and it's like reflects your chakras, it reflects your aura, it reflects you being true to you and your vision for yourself. Where can you change? Where can you compromise? Where can you make choices? Boom. Oh my gosh, we're on fire here. And it's getting darker. As if I really need to tell you that. Okay. So it's very interesting because where we're going, where this change is drawing us, is inviting us to be, is in the land of greater abundance. This is what is seeking you, right? Allow it. Allow it. Abundance is already here, yet where are we looking? Are we focusing on the people, places, and things that are not aligned with abundance? I had a great lesson in these last couple weeks where the cards, I was using the animal medicine cards, and they basically told me, stop looking at what's not there and start looking at what is. And it was like, thank you. Thank you, cards. Thank you, higher self. And that's what this message is this week, is the way to be abundance is to give thanks, right? Is to extend gratitude, is to give thanks for what already is. Whether you have 5 cents, no cents, holes in the bottom of your shoes. Believe me, I've been there. Whether you're on food stamps or you have $1 million but you don't have love, whatever it is, see it, honor it, bless it. What we bless multiplies, right? Bless your health, even if you are not in the best of health currently. Bless it. I have a dear yoga student of mine, she's an elder, and she fell down and she broke her nose and she had to get stitches in her finger and like all this crazy, crazy, crazy. And the only thing that she could say was, I feel so blessed. I'm so grateful. I didn't break any bones. I'm so grateful. I mean, granted, she broke her nose, but she meant like bigger things. You know, she's in her 80s, and if you break a hip or something, you know, that's a lot of PT. That's a lot of downtime. And all she kept doing was blessing the occurrence in the situation and giving thanks for it. Now that's the kind of mojo that we're talking about here. That's the kind of attitude that this abundance is requesting for you. Remember, when you are residing in abundance, you are resting in the part of you that knows thyself divine. You know thyself divine. How do you know thyself divine? By relaxing into your truth and by counting your blessings. By blessing your blessings, by sharing your blessings. And the abundance character, yes, it's male, like the emperor, yet because he's reclined, he is magnetic in his divine feminine. So there's this absolute balance of he knows how to get up and do his work, but he's not pushing. He's not this aspect of the emperor that can get into being the dictator, the like, I know everything and I'm going to boss everyone around. The abundance guy here is like so in tune with his feminine. He meditates, he's chilling, and he's just like, okay, I'm gonna strike the iron when the iron is hot. But you know what? That iron is not hot 24 hours a day, honey. That iron is hot at certain times and spaces. And if you tune in and you meditate and you pay attention, you will know. So you're not expending energy inappropriately or in a way or direction that is just wasting your time and wasting others' time and space. Maturity, your throat, your third eye, your crown chakra, you are on fire here. You are so ready to step into your inner empress, your inner emperor. This is so very, very, very powerful. This is this complementary energy to this abundance card. They are both cards of the earth. So with this, there is this call for you to remember, and I know it's winter or certain parts of the world, it's summer, but there is this call to take time out to be in the silence and the stillness of nature, to know thyself divine. Not only to know thyself, but to know thyself divine. Who are you in the silent spaces in between? Who are you as the emperor and the empress? What are your visions? If you're like, okay, this reading is like exciting and sounds great, but I don't have a bloody clue, right? We meditate. We take time. We take time to be still, to be quiet. And isn't it lovely to take a walk in the rain? Isn't it lovely to go outside in the snow? Now, granted, if it's all slushy and kind of gross out there, I know that can be like more work than you might want to do. But when it's cold and when it feels divinely guided and when you're just like, yeah, I want to get out there and be still and be quiet and listen. Listen to the rain. Right now I can hear the rain falling on the window, and it's just so divine to sit here with a cup of tea and not read and not be on the phone and not even listen to music, but to just be with yourself, to be with yourself. Who are you now? You're not who you were. You're not who you were 6 months ago. Neither am I. This is so exciting. We're not who we were individually and collectively. Change is here. We are getting ready for this rebirth. A rebirth into the strength of the lion, moving out of the dullness and the clouds of just working out so many mental matrix continuums until we reveal, come back into our strength and our ability to express our truth, to embody our strength and our courage like the emperor, like the empress in the world, unabashedly. You know, recently with my dear friend, we saw the Bohemian Rhapsody movie about Queen and Freddie Mercury, and it just was such a beautiful, moving movie. But also we're reminded through this character of Freddie Mercury, this majesty, this quality of majesty. And the emperor and the empress, they are majestic. So, rebirthing into your majestic self. Who are you now? And coming into that emperor, that power of the emperor, that clarity, that courage, that strength, that voice. Your ability to express your emperor and empress self with truth, with integrity, but also like the child at the top of this cart, with innocence, with detachment, to know what it is that your vision is, to see it with acute clarity, to be able to speak about it. What's your elevator speech about your vision? To be able to think about it, to be able to, make a storyboard about it, draw in your journal about it. And maybe you don't have it all figured out, but it's time now. Everything is aligned for this change. As you go through this wheel of change, as you go through these click-clacks of all of these Rubik's cubings and these divine cycles of time and space recalibrating, as you move through that like an ocean wave that's ready to carry you, what are you carrying with you as you move through? As the Emperor, as the Empress, what are you carrying with you? What choices do you get to make now about what you're leaving behind and what you're bringing with you? And the rain sounds so beautiful as it pours down. So my friends, I thank you again for all of your love and light and all of your prayers at this recent time in my life. Send me an email. All of my information is down below. I have free books. The NOWOSPHERE, which is on Kindle and iBooks. Kindle and iBooks for free. It's a mini book. And I also have my mini ebook, The Higher Self, which is on iBooks as well. But you also receive a free copy of that, a PDF copy of that, when you subscribe at my website, TuesdayMayThomas.com, plus my monthly love letter. And you get information that regularly does not go out. Right? You get little freebies, little downloadable PDFs, little worksheets, little things and information that is not given to the greater whole unless you're on my website, unless you are subscribed there. You can follow me on Instagram. That, again, is down below. Thank you for all of your support. I do have a PayPal link if you are interested in donating to this channel. I'm very, very grateful. And I thank you with all of my heart, all of the new subscribers. If this video resonates, if it gets you excited, you feel it, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, hit the bell, be notified of when new videos come up. I'm so grateful. With so much love and so much light. Namaste, everyone. Blessings, blessings, blessings.